Well, hey guys, and welcome to another episode of DIY on our Birnie Family YouTube and Facebook page. And obviously last time, guys, we were in fitting laminate flooring to the dining room, which is basically just a continuation of this. And obviously we've been building this kitchen sort of during lockdown and all that sort of stuff, you know, so I got a few things done. But guys, what we're basically doing, and I'll show you in a little while, is we're heading through into the dining room, which then goes off that way into the sort of playroom as well. So it's very similar, you know, all the different sort of colours that we've got and all the bits and pieces. But today, guys, you know, I'm really trying to do is create a really lovely room. Now, it's just a 3x3 room, there's nothing really, you know, spectacular about it at all. I'm just trying to make it into something really, really nice, you know, very homely. And as you see, we'll head on through. We actually do have a wood burning stove in the living room area, which is brilliant. It's got a flue that goes up through and up out the house. But the one we're going to hit today is the fireplace through in the dining area. And obviously it doesn't have a fireplace, it could have a fire, it could have like an electric fire or something like that. But what we're going to do basically in this video today is do the fireplace, and hopefully I'll show you a little bit of tiling. So obviously that way through the kitchen, guys. We've still got a couple of little things to finish here and there, but I suppose a DIY tip is, you know, that since we're moving through the dining room, you know, I'm going to be doing like woodwork and stuff. It's pointless getting all the tools out just to do a couple of little jobs, you know. I might as well just crack them when we do the dining room skirting boards, for example. Yeah, so through here was the sort of site of the last video, guys, and as you can see, all the laminate flooring is down and looking really good. And obviously that heads on through the playroom sort of thing. And then if I come around this way, there we go, we've got our aquarium and this great big unit here that we've been building. And obviously the aquarium wasn't in the middle before. It was, you know, that top part was down here. But I've extended it up so that we can paint this the same colour as the kitchen cupboards. It's quite a small room. I had to kind of zoom out a bit there. So obviously, guys, that's where that's going to go, and hopefully you can see, you know, just the same as the kitchen, same colour scheme. That is going to go like a dark grey, which I think will look really nice. But this is the thing that I bought just very recently, guys, is these tiles, and that was about £12. What's that? $16 maybe for 5 of those kind of great big tiles. And I think we are just going to manage it with that. I think I'm not 100% sure. But what we really need to do, guys, is get basically the bottom secured down onto the laminate flooring, chip off all these old, you know, rubbishy tiles, and then start making our way across and up with this. And that should look really good, guys. So as you can see, guys, very, very nice indeed. Quite thick as well. But they are quite big. I'm not sure if you have to march them in. I think you maybe have to. But obviously, guys, I mean, this takes up like 2/3 of the space that we've actually got in here, you know. So I'm gonna have to be quite creative, basically just so we don't it's just so we don't run out, guys, you know. It'd be a shame to have to go and buy another pack, you know, and just for the sake of a little something, you know. Yes, a lovely fireplace, guys. And obviously I've got to sort of take off the bottom of these, guys, just because of the way that it goes, so we get it nice and flat. But it's these tiles that really have to come off. And as you can see, guys, you know, you just bash them off. You know, we'll just gently bash the whole lot off, which will leave us with this wooden surface. But obviously we've got to, you know, screw this down to the floor. There's the backing strip just there that we're going to put in, and then we're going to go up. But the big obstacle, which has always been odd, is this single socket here. And basically, you know, as the socket goes down, it's in like a steel conduit. You can't actually get to it, and this is all plastered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this, and I'm going to dig a channel all the way along there. We'll extend the wire, and that means then I can get power over to the aquarium. Right, and these do break quite easily. Oh, I'm sorry, I woke you up, did I? She's off. Oh, we're getting there, guys. But what we seem to be left with these big spots of glue, guys, you know, whatever they use for that. So what I'm doing, guys, is just getting the grinder blade onto it, just gently, just cutting down into it and then rubbing it off to try and get this totally flat. Well, that was a little bit muckier than I thought, guys, but we've done it now. Yeah, and basically, guys, just took the grinder to it. You just lightly to get it all down. I tried chipping it with a hammer and everything, but those bits wouldn't come off. So, guys, I really need to get cleaned up in here. I'm going to wait till this dust kind of settles a little bit as well. So there we are, guys, channel cutting. In this sort of cavity-walled house, and the plaster's not too thick. I'm just using a sort of blunt chisel that I have, you know, and just working my way right along that line there. So that channel, guys, took a little bit longer, but it was better than getting the grinder back out again. Oh my goodness. It's just chalky anyway, you know. But as you can see from where the ends of the skirting boards are, I need to just basically clear that and get out the other side. And obviously we'll just use filler just to fill up that, and that'll give us power then, you see. And I'm telling you guys, quite a lot of power we're needing. It's more than I thought. So there we go. It takes up a little bit of space, this, and I could cut it down. Just don't want to cut it down, guys, really. I'd rather just sort of play with it just the way that it is. Oh yeah, this is fitting nicely, guys. Look at this. It should just go in and under. Feels like there's a wee bit of something just in there, guys, that's stopping it. Minuscule, but it was enough to sort of put it off. I think I'll get the hoover in it there too, actually, guys, and really get underneath. See, there's still some. Oh, I still see there's just some there. Need all that out. Right, guys, so we're kind of back to it here, and as you can see, we're starting to get through into that sort of dining room area, or the playroom that it was, and it's starting to get its first coats on now. And it'll just be the same as this, you know, the grey and that wallpaper through in that bit there, but we are going to carpet it. I've only taken the laminate obviously up to there, and we're going to carpet the rest as we go along. Obviously I need to crack on this tiling. Yeah, so guys, a little bit further along than I thought. You know, I've just, you know, obviously you can see it there. I need to take the power cable along here, which is fine, because all the tiles will cover that bit. But obviously, guys, once we get round and down, I'm going to put the double socket, the new one, which I've got here, instead of that one. And I could put that down into the skirting board down there. And here she goes again, guys, as in every video I think we're doing these days. Little Bailey's involved. Hey, who's here, Mama? Yeah, so basically what I need to cut out, guys, is this part here. And obviously I've marked it, and you'll see that's where this panel here goes, look, into there. So I'm going to try my best and get this on there. Basically just kind of draw around it as such, and then put it in. It will be a bit thicker than the wood itself. So basically once I can get that to fit in there, which is easy, just cut out a hole, I'll do the same again with the plaster. I'll put the skirting board on and I'll back the plaster, you know, so I can make a nice big rectangle. So guys, as you can see the sort of channel going down there, and obviously now I've cut out the skirting board part there. You can actually get templates for sockets you can actually put on and just draw around them. I just use the socket myself. But in here, guys, I'm going to need to cut into about 1 inch, or maybe even 3/4 inch, about that much, just so that the box slides in and stays there. So at last, guys, we're pretty much there for the tiling now. And it's quite straightforward, really, guys. I mean, this is a 600 by 300 piece here. And obviously I've measured on the walls, there's the centre line. That's 600 from there to there. And there's Bailey yet again. That's 600. So obviously, guys, once we put on these, 1, 2, I think it's 3, we're obviously going to do half cuts down there. And I can't really see any sort of discernible sort of pattern going on. You know, when you put them together, it doesn't seem to. It must just be the sort of design of the whole thing, you know. So obviously, guys, once we put this on, that'll be it. But basically, you know, there's a couple of different ways of doing it. There's people that maybe put the stuff on, the adhesive on the wall first, and then press the tile on it. There's some that maybe put like 8 blobs, you know, like that. And so when you push it on, it spreads out. That's the one that I prefer, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll basically just be coating this and the inside, obviously, and then pushing it back up and against the wall. So what we've got for that, guys, it's shower-proof wall tile adhesive. That'll do us, and we shouldn't use too much of that, I must say. But that's what we're going to use for the tiles. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to use this larger applicator. We should get that in there, maybe not, I'll just have to sort of go like that. But obviously you see on the back of the tiles, guys, you know, it's all quite rough the way that it works, you know, so that adhesive can get a real hold. I mean, I know this wall will take it, you know, it's just lath and plaster walls here, so we should manage this no problemo. Nice, look at this, guys. Seems okay, seems like decent enough stuff. Let's see, try and do this with one hand. Yeah, so you can put on sort of like the big blobs, as it were. I'm going to kind of do that. Stuff feels really sticky already, actually. Looking good. Yeah, I just thought we'd maybe just give it a bit more of a spread down in here. So let's see if we get rid of this a second. This was going to happen soon, and I'm going to have no light to do this. Let's see if we can do this with one hand. Oh, it looks okay, doesn't it, guys? Yeah. Slightly. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Sorry for the trainers, but it's nice and comfy doing it like this. Yeah, that stuff seems really good. You know, and when this stuff dries, it just dries like concrete, guys. You know, so you'll be fine. That's number one. And obviously, you can see this is pretty much the reason as to why I have to take this socket out of here, obviously, you know. But what we'll do is we'll connect up. Oh, we'll connect up and we'll go across that way. I'll have to shut the sockets off in the house first, obviously. But that is going on really nicely. Nice. Right, I'll need to put the power off shortly, guys, but not before I get the grinder in here. That's a metal box that's in there. And we need to cut and cut to get our cable across the back. So the idea, guys, is I just want to get everything sort of prepared so that we've got the electricity off just for so long. But up into there is where I want to go. We'll get that socket out of there. And that means we'll get power over to that one. Yeah, so just to make things a little bit easier, guys, I just sort of tape these wires together, you know, for each one. And it just makes a lot of difference, you know, when you start putting it into there. But I mean, this has to be checked and be absolutely solid, guys, because once these tiles goes on, they're not coming out. So a good sign, guys, obviously all the aquarium stuff and there's lights and all the rest of it, they're now into that extension cable that goes into there. And obviously we've done that. So now it's time to make it good, guys. We need to cut, like I said, with the grinder in there. I can tape them up now because they'll be okay. And hopefully that'll get us that power that we're needing. So there we go, guys, time to put the electricity back on. But as you can see, that's just now got that wire going down and into here, which is great. I'll deal with that later on. I'll just stick with the tiling for the minute. Yeah, so now, guys, we really need to start using these. And these could basically go in, you look at the corners, for example. You look at that, and it just gives you that little bit of space. And what I tend to do is put the sealant on there and then press it in so it's nice and secure. And you do that sort of all round as well. And with these, guys, I probably need bigger ones, but I'll just work with these. You can obviously snap off one of them so that you can do an edge, you know, like that. And that's, well, won't probably need much of it here right enough. Let's see, yeah. Pretty much now ready for a cut, guys, you know, to get this part in here. And obviously, I mean, I've got to remember that, you know, there's that, you know, couple of mil that's going to push it that way even further. I want it to be right on here. I mean, like exactly on there, you know what I mean? Yeah, guys, so pretty much 225. That's what we're going to be. And now, you know, when I actually set the machine, I'll just show you in a minute, we'll need to cut every one exactly, you know, exactly the same all the way up. We're going to need, how many halves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, so that's quite a bit actually. You can see how long it is since I used this thing, guys. I'll have to give it a wee rub up. But basically, the guides aren't really going to help. I'm just going to have to take them off and do it by hand. And obviously, I want to cut it this way, guys, you know, across the back. And hopefully, it's going to give us this nice 225. But yeah, I'm going to have to take off the guide, which is a real pain. I was really hoping to have that. But obviously, it'll do for cutting later as well. Get this thing loosened off. Yeah, so just had to take off the guide, and I'm just going to have to do it by sight. You know, it's not so difficult, you know, when it's one of these, it's so straight, you know, you can really go for it. But I'll just take my time, we'll just cut it like that. It'll look really good. Let's see, that needs to be right in there. So there we go, guys, another 225 piece, and I've kind of shown you that, I've shown you this, so I mean it's really just up to me to get going. I want to get this bottom bit done first, and then we'll do this bit here, and then we'll have to screw this baby down, and that'll be all that lovely and tight and perfect. Yes, I got a wee bit carried away there, guys, I have to say, but I've started going up the way just to see how we're going to go. This is actually going to be a little bit higher than the actual fire surround itself, so I'm going to have to cut a little bit out just to make it fit, but hey, that saves a cut, you see, and that's what you're always looking for. But time for lunch, I think, you know, and we'll get this bottom part here screwed down to the floor, and obviously, guys, in this part here, guys, you can't have any flex going on, you know, so I'm putting wood underneath to make sure it doesn't flex, because people will stand on it, and I just don't want them cracking, you know. So there, how are we looking? Look at that. Yes, I just had to trim off just a little bit in the underneath of here because, if you can check this bit out, it wasn't going flush against the wall, which it basically is now. Now this isn't load bearing or anything like that, so what we put it on with is what we call no more nails. You know, it's like silicone. You push it in, keep it in, and that'll just stick rock tight, you know. But basically, guys, this is all, I'm going to leave this all to dry first. I'm not going to put this on just yet, until we're absolutely happy with the tiling and, you know, the grouting down the insides, but for now we're just going to leave that to dry off. So onto the grouting we go, guys, and I've just made a bit of a start on it, as you can see there. And it's quite a nice creamy colour, this grout, which looks really good, but it's fairly straightforward to do again, guys, you know. I've obviously left the little tabs in overnight, just to make sure that, I think we managed to get that one out, just to make sure we're left still with that gap. You'll see that little cross bit in there, but that'll cover with the grout as well. Yeah, so just with what we've got in the last of the stuff, guys, you can get like a flat applicator, you know, that's what people tend to use. I tend to just use my finger. I like sort of getting it right down, you know, inside. So basically, you know, I can squeeze that right back into the wall with my finger, you see. Yeah, and just get a little, you can even use a little bit of plastic, you know, a square bit of plastic, but this is kind of the way I do it. And it's always good to clean as you go along, you know, just to get all this stuff off. I tend to use handy wipes, are always really good, guys. As you can see, grouted, or maybe you can't see. Let me see. So I check, yeah, I'll be okay with that. Just checking the camera's picking it all up properly. But you want all this done beforehand. And what I tend to do, like I said, guys, is, you know, as clean as you go along. You could clean at the end, but this is just the way I prefer to do it, I must say. Right, guys, so I've whipped on ahead a little bit because one of the kids stole my camera and done a Minecraft video for their Birnie Family Fun YouTube channel. So I just cracked on with the back of the aquarium here, guys. And I just want to show you sort of where we're at. We've done that. We've got the no more nails that surround up onto there. But this aquarium is going to be like our next, one of our videos anyway, coming up in our Birnie family. And basically, guys, this is about a 200 litre aquarium. It's warm water. It's not salt water, but it's just tropical. And obviously it needs to be filled right back up again. But it's way too heavy, as you can see, you know, if we had the full complement of water in there. But in the back here, guys, I've got one of those surge protected extension cables in here, because this is actually going to take quite a lot of power. As you can see up there, there's actually lights in the back of that cabinet. Down we come to this. Now with that, we've got the heater, the filter. There'll be a pump for air as well at some stage. There's a light for the tank. Then we've got our light for the room. You know, so there's quite a lot in there. What I really cracked on was what you've actually seen before, is these skirting boards. And as you can see, that's what we really need to be doing next, is no more nails and that on, because I can't finish this skirting board until that's on. And that's Sassy.
A little fish is either dying or it's just asleep.
Yeah,
it's still moving.
He's not looking overly happy.
We're not
Let's
sure
just see if he gets
we
on.
can catch on camera. It's just moving.
So guys, Mama's been very busy getting this whole unit painted up now.
Seriously, dude.
And obviously that looks really nice for the rest. But guys, that's the tiling done now. Really nice. What we're going to probably do next is a YouTube video about the aquarium. Hey guys. Oh, look at that. Go put it on white. Oh, nice.
And if you click white again, it goes on.
He needs a major clean, that tank, but we'll get that later. But yeah, so that's that done just now, guys. And obviously we're just going to crack on. And of course, guys, now we're going to be heading through into this sort of area here. And as you can see, we've got more MDF, really quite thick stuff. And I'm going to keep making the skirting boards exactly the same, you know, as you can sort of see over there. And that should look really good. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to have loads of videos to come. We're going to have loads of videos to come, aren't we, you guys, eh? So I've still got quite the rest of the house to finish off as well. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching.
And it was very stupid.